problems, two more problems in block diagram. Then we will move to some other topic. Okay. So the next problem is we are having an input going to a summer, output is going to a block of transfer function G1. This is again going to a block of transfer function G2. This is our output. There is one takeoff point from this point. It's going downward to a block having transfer function G3. This is going again to a summing point like this. From here, we are having a feedback, having feedback gain of H1 going to this point. And from this point again, we are having a block in this direction, having the gain H2 is going to this point. Just mention the arrows. Right. Our input is R. This is positive. This is negative. This is positive. This one is also positive. Right. We have to find the transfer function, that is C by R. You have to calculate what will be the transfer function of this system. Okay. So can anyone tell me how can we proceed? Anyone want to try? Just try it. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have to calculate C by R. That is again the transfer function. You have to calculate C by R. Right? This is a complex system, as you can see. Not much complex, but still we can consider to be a complex. Here again we have to find C by R. See, these two blocks are not in cascade because there is one takeoff point. So you cannot just multiply them together, right? Again, this is not a feedback loop. Why? Because we are having too many elements. As you can see, G3 is an extra element right here. This is also not a feedback loop, right? So we have to do some amount of changes to make it in a standard form. Anyone wants to try? Okay. So this is one my takeoff point. If I remove this takeoff point either to this point or either to this point, this two blocks will come in parallel. Sorry, in cascade. Is it not?
Yes, sir. It will be in cascade if we move this point to either
Left or
ahead of
right?
G1 and ahead of G2.
Yes. See, first let us consider first case. Now again you have to apply your logics, right? Now let us consider our first case. Let us consider that if what will happen if I move to this point, right? These two blocks will be in cascade. This problem is solved, but you will again be having a loop where G3 is there and H2 is there, and this gain will also be there, right? So let us just see and over consider when we move the block to the other side. So this is my takeoff point. If I want to move it to here, what does it Does it helps our case? So these two will again be in cascade if I move this takeoff point. Now, if I move to this, then these two blocks will be in parallel. As you can see, once both the signals are going into this direction. If you can see, if I move it to here, the signal will be moving to this point, and this signal is also moving to the same point. So parallel means either they can move in a forward direction and go to the summing point, or they can go in a backward direction and move to the summing point. Is it not? They These two blocks will be in parallel. So let us just try to do that. Okay. So what I am trying to do is I'm moving this block from here to here. Okay. So let us assume again signal A is flowing in this branch. Let us assume that signal A is flowing in this branch. If I will move, so that means signal A will also flow in this branch. Now, if I will move this branch to this point, let us just remove. So I will redraw the circuit. Let me redraw the circuit again. So there is one summing point R, one block G1, another block G2, and then we are having feedback gain H1 going to summing point. This is going again. This is H2 going to this point minus. So this is our R, this is our C, and now I will draw what will happen if I will move to this point, right? Let us just suppose I have moved the takeoff point to this point. Now this is going like this. This is will gain, right, plus. Now G3 will be there because this is a transformation of the block. What extra term will be there if I move to this point? Apart from A, what extra term will be there? Can anyone tell me? If it was A here, what was the signal flowing here?
AG2.
Anyone else? If this
AG2.
is A, what will be here?
Here will be AG2 because it is multiplying with G2.
Anyone else wants to try?
Sir,
Sir, it will be AG2 only.
Yes, so it will be A G2, correct? Now, what will be flowing in this branch?
So same
AG.
AG2.
AG2,
AG2.
AG2, right? But here, what we wanted? Only G3. Sorry, here what we wanted? Only we wanted only A. You can see
A.
here, we wanted only A. But what else we are having? G. So we need to divide it by
1 by G.
1 by
1 by
G2.
by
G2.
G2, right? So we need to divide it by when I will shift this branch, I have to add a gain of 1 by G2. So I'm adding a gain of 1 by G2. So I'm dividing it here only G2. Is it okay? Any problem?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So now see, now these two blocks are in cascade, right? And these two blocks are in parallel. Is it not? Are you getting this parallel thing or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let me redraw this again. So these two blocks are in cascade. This will be G1 into G2. We are having a summing point, and this is C. And again, these two blocks are in series. Sorry, in parallel. And they both are having a positive sign. You can see both are having a positive sign. So this will be G3 by G2 plus H1. Then this summing point will vanish, right? It will go on, and we will be having another H2. This is minus. This is our R. This is our C. Any problem in this point?
No, sir.
Okay. Now see, these two are in cascade. Is it not? Let me connect them in cascade also. This is plus, this is going like this, G1, G2, C. This is H2 multiplied by G3 by G2 plus H1, and this is going in this. So this will be minus, this is R. Now, what is this loop? This is a negative feedback, is it not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the formula for calculating the transfer function of a negative feedback? G upon 1 plus GH, right? And G in this case is how much?
G1 into G2.
G1 G2.
H
G1
will be
G2.
equal to how much?
H2 into G3 by G2
G3 by G2 plus
plus
H1.
H1.
Correct. So you have to insert both of this in formula. So finally, output will be C by R will be equal to, tell me, G1 into G2 whole divided by 1 plus G1 into G2 H2 G3 by G2 plus H1. Simplify further. So this will be equal to G1 into G2 whole divided by, take G2 LCM. So 1 plus G1 into G2 H2 G3 plus H1 into G2 whole divided by G2. So this G2 will and G2 will cancel out. Further solving it, this will be G1 into G2 whole divided by 1 plus G1 H2 into G3 plus H1 into H2 into G2. Further open the bracket. You have to find the last final transfer function. G1 into G2 whole divided by 1 plus G1 G3 into H2 plus G1 G2 into H1 H2. So this is our transfer function. And finally, you can represent it by a block diagram. This is C, this is R, this is C, and you can write C by R here. Okay? Any problem? Anyone has any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So we will see one more problem. Again, we are having a block diagram representation of a system. This is going to a U is your input. It is plus. This is going to C. We are having a summer. This is plus. Input we are getting from above D plus. This is going to G. And this is going to Y. And whole is the feedback. Gain is H. This is going there here. This is minus. So here also you have to find out. Here you have to find out not the transfer function, but you have to find out the value of Y. Okay? Value of Y you have to find out. Are you getting my point? Here you have to find out Y. Y is your output, right? So you can see here we are having two kinds of inputs. That is U as an input and D is also an input. Generally in control system, in this semester, right, we will be only studying single input and single output system. We will be studying a system which is having single input and having a single output, right? We are not going to study multiple input. There can be multiple input also. A system can be there where we can have multiple input and multiple output as well. So this is not in our syllabus, right? We will be only studying single input and single output. Here you can say that, sir, we have two inputs in this, but this D is not corresponding to any input, right? This D is corresponding to your noise. Any system, when working in the environment, right, in the uh, you can say outside world, is subjected to some kind of noise. You might study this noise in every subject, whether in communication, whether in analogs, whether in basic electronics. This noise is present everywhere, right? So we can assume that this D is not an input but a noise. A noise can be, you can consider a aging of a system, right? A system will perform better when it is new compared to compared to when it is 10-year old, right? So this kind of example you can consider, but right now you can consider that D is not an input but it is a noise which is which is subjected to environmental condition. A temperature can be a noise, a sudden increase in temperature, sudden drop in temperature, sudden increase in humidity, sudden decrease in humidity, right? Rainfall, right? So these kinds of environmental condition we call in control system as, because your system is subjected to environmental conditions. Like a car is a system. A car can be subjected to minus temperatures sometimes. If you go to the north side of India, or if you go to the European countries, there the cars are made to stand the negative temperatures as compared to India, right? So this thing is considered as a noise. Do not consider it as an input, though it might look like an input, but it is considered to be noise. The point here is not to discuss about noise and not to discuss about multiple input, but to calculate what will be y, right? So how we can proceed in this case? We can consider one input at a time. We can calculate y1 upon d, sorry, y1 upon u, considering d is equal to 0. We can calculate y2 upon d, considering u is equal to 0. There are two conditions, first and second. In first condition, d is equal to 0, so we will assume that d is 0. In second condition, we will assume u is equal to 0. So in this way, what we are doing is we are considering that system is subjected to single input only. Are you getting my point? What we are doing? Are you getting my point? We will first be calculating y1 by u. That this is y1 by u, considering d is equal to 0. Then we will be calculating y2 by d. Why I have written y1 and y2? Because finally, if you have calculated y1 by u, you can calculate the value of y1 from here, and you can calculate the value of y2 from here. In terms of u, it will be there. In terms of d, it will be there. And finally, you can write y is equal to y1 plus y2. Okay, y is equal to y1 plus y2. Y1 and y2 are the responses with respect to input u and with respect to input d. Have you understood this? Should we move forward and solve this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first case is that, case 1. We will consider d is equal to 0. If d is equal to 0, that means this summing point will vanish, because here d is equal to 0. So we will have no summing block. So this problem we have seen in the morning class, right? So y1 by u we can directly write. We have seen this problem in morning class. So y1 by u will be equal to, just see, C and G are in cascade. So Cg upon 1 upon Cgh. So Cg upon 1 plus Cgh. Are you getting this point? If d is equal to 0, this summing block will will not be there. If this will not be there, then this two will become in cascade. So this will be Cg, and if this two, after that, this whole will be a negative feedback loop. So Cg upon 1 plus Cgh. This is what I have written. Okay, should we move forward? Consider case 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will consider case 2, where u will be equal to 0. Now we will equate u is equal to 0. So just see. Let me redraw the circuit again here only, right? Because then you will be able to understand better. Only you can redraw the circuit as an another circuit in your copy, but let me draw it here. So if u is equal to 0, again this summing block will not be there. Okay, this summing block will not be there, but just consider this negative sign, right? Just consider this negative sign. So just see what I'm doing. If u is not there, so I'm rubbing this, I'm erasing this. Either you can add a transfer function having -1 as a gain, or you can add -1 directly to h. Whatever you follow, whatever you want, you can do that. Either you can add -1 as a gain, or you can add -h as there. So let me add -h as it is, and the rest of the circuit will look like this. Right? Here D is an input. Okay. Now -h and -c are in cascade. Is it not? These two are in cascade.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So these two are in cascade. So let me rub this whole diagram. So
Sir,
let me.
can you explain how the h become -h again? Because at that time you are not audible at that time. How h becomes -h? That
Okay.
part I can't understand.
Okay. Okay. Just wait. I'm searching the. Okay. Let me redraw the circuit. So we are having an input going to this. This is U going to positive, and this is our H, which was going like this. This was our negative, and here it was C. Right? Now we are considering what U is equal to 0. This is our second case where we want U is equal to 0. Okay?
Sir.
U is equal to 0. This is our second case where we want U is equal to 0. Okay?
Sir.
If U is equal to 0, then we can delete this summing point, right? We can delete this
Yes.
summing point because there is no U, so we can delete it. But consider this minus sign. This is minus because this H is going to minus block, right? So you can add a gain of -1 right here, right? Or you can
Yes,
add
sir.
-h in front. You can opt any one of them, right? So I'm adding -h here, and I'm completing this circuit. Now see, so this is -h and C. These two are in cascade, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these two are in cascade, so let me just join them together. So minus of CH, and this was like this. So this is minus CH, and this is minus, and this is plus. So minus into plus will be how much? Minus into plus will be minus multiplied by plus will give you minus only. So I can remove minus from this point, and I can add it here. Just check. I have done nothing, and I have added it here, right? So now, can you observe that this is in again a feedback loop where G is equal to, where D is your input and G is your open loop transfer function and CH is your feedback gain. So let me redraw the circuit. Just pay attention. Here D is your input, is going to positive block. This G, this is your G, this is your Y, Y2 upon, this is your CH, and this is going like this, minus. So these two circuits are same, what I have drawn and what is this, right? Are you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
These two circuits are same, right? So now again we will calculate Y2 by D. And what is the formula for negative feedback?
G by 1 plus H. G.
G is equal to right now is G and H is equal to
CH.
CH.
H.
So I can write G upon 1 plus G C H. This is our equation number 1. This is our equation number 2. Or what you can do, instead of writing equation 1, you can write y1 is equal to u multiplied by cg upon 1 plus cgh, and y2 is equal to d multiplied by g upon 1 plus gch. This is our equation number 1. This is our equation number 2. Add equation 1 and 2, you will get y. So y will be equal to y1 plus y2. That will be equal to y1 is how much? U multiplied by cg upon 1 plus cgh plus d multiplied by g upon 1 plus gch. So we have calculated the value of y. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Any problem? Okay, let me just rewind what we have seen in today's class, both morning as well as in afternoon. Okay. So we have started with block diagram reduction technique, and this one was our first element where things are connected in cascade. So we have seen cascade connection, then we have seen parallel connection, then we have seen how to eliminate a feedback loop. Either it can be positive feedback or negative feedback. We can use an interchange of summing point for simplification of block diagram. We can move the summing point before and after the block. We can move takeoff point before and after the block. We have seen this case also. Then we have seen one example, that is simple example. We have seen one more example where we have to find y by u. We have seen this. Then we have seen one more example where we have to find c by r. Here what we have done, we have moved the summing point to here. Earlier G2 was not flowing in here. So now when you shift this takeoff point, G2 will be start flowing in this branch also. So I have divided it by G2. When these two blocks will come in cascade and these two blocks will come in parallel. So you can see these two are cascade, these two are parallel. Now these two will be in cascade. So you can see these two I have joined. So now all things will be in negative feedback loop. So you can see we have find out C by R. One more problem we have seen, okay, where you have to find value of y, where you are also encountered with D. D is noise, right? So we have calculated y in presence of noise also, right? There is some amount of noise will also be there in every system. So we have calculated that also. Any doubt in this part?
No, sir.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, so we will stop, and from next lecture we will start